Ladies and gentlemen, tonight, Korean horror filmmakers have decided to tackle the Catholic Church. Now, this movie is being promoted as a spin off, a follow up, if you will, to the movie called The Priests, which came out in 2015, a decade ago. But you'll be happy to know that there's absolutely no real tie in. This stands quite alone. Not even the characters are similar, just perhaps the theme. And after a 10-year hiatus, how does that theme settled? Cinematic class is about to begin, and your professor is it. Greetings, salutations, another sundry affair. I am your cinematic professor and purveyor of truth in movies. And tonight's film is called Dark Nuns. And if I have to purvey some truth, I will tell you that as you're watching this review, Dark Nuns is playing in the theaters. Oh, not here in our home city of Pittsburgh. No, 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 no. This movie only went to the top 20 markets. So if you're in the top 20, Philadelphia is not only in the top 20, it's in the top 10. The Eagles just won a Super Bowl. Maybe if the Steelers could get their act together and win a Super Bowl, maybe our city would jump up. Yeah, I probably don't think so. There's been too much Democratic rule and way too many prohibitive taxes for a lot of regions. When I first started doing reviews, we were the ninth market in the nation. Yeah, you go back that far? And every major movie company had an office right here down in Gateway Center, where it is now, anyway. Yeah. And that was the annex there on 6th Street. Those were some nice glory days, believe me, but they are long gone. And that just goes to show you what a whole lot of dumb voting and Democratic rule can do to a city. But I digress. If you are in a top 20 market, you can go to the theaters and see Dark Nuns. For those of you that are not, if you're stuck here on our home base of Pittsburgh, you're going to have to wait. Let me get this date right. You're going to have to wait till, I believe, July. Yes, July is when Dark Nuns will come out in digital format. So you could say that this review is very much ahead of its time, is it not? Except for you in the top 20 market. You can check it out and then go see the movie, should you so desire. It is directed by Hyuk Jae Kwon. He's done a pretty good job of putting this movie together, but I have to tell you, the issues that plague this movie are the same issues that plague most Korean films, and they're ones that I have railed about ad infinitum, if you will, on this particular. What we have here are two young nuns, especially who is just entering into a new convent church, what have you, and that is Sister Guina, and she is played by Song Hye Kyo, and you know she goes in with a whole lot of this woman's faith is amazing, but it's not too long in her new abode until she suspects there is something amiss here. Now that's where Sister Michaela comes in, and she is played by Jeon Yo Bin. Sister Michaela knows what is amiss, but she won't tell Sister Agonia. Why? What's going on? There also seems to be a bit of jealousy. Why? We don't know. Say, as I said in the teaser open, this movie is a follow up or a spin off, if you will, from the 2015 movie called The Priests. Other than dealing with the Catholic Church, there's no real tie in. Characters are not the same or what have you. But we do have a priest who is pretty much front and center of what's happening at this lovely convent, and that is Father Poirot. And he is played by Lee Jin Wook. He does a pretty good job on this too, because you think through most of the movie he's going to be an okay guy, and then, ha, surprise! I'll tell you someone who never gives you a surprise. That is the nation's first and only prehistoric film critic. So let's peel back those veils of time and head in now. Check in with Rex Real.
The demons is certainly foul-mouthed, but he is not very scary. The movie is too long, and repetitions of many of the scenes is nauseating. Since 1973's The Exorcist, most horror films try to combat demons by having them transfer from an innocent to a stronger person. It is now cliché, and though this movie, Dark Nuns, has a slight tweak to that ending, it is still the same. Same.
인간의 머리로 이해할 수 없고 설명하기 힘든 일들이 연달아 일어날 때가 있습니다. 부마는 없어요.
부마자임을 확인했음에도 방관하는 거 역시 살인입니다.
수녀가 무슨...
참 말씀 짜증나게 하시네.
이 아이하고 정말 비슷한 경우가 딱 한 번 있었지.
12형상이라고 들어보셨습니까?
그쪽도 특별한 이름이 있더군요. 검은 수녀라고.
사랑이요?
구마에 도움이 된다면
못하는 짓이 없어요.
수녀님, 이번 구마의 원칙은 단 하나. 수단과 방법을 가리지 않는다. 너희 더러운 영들아, 당장 떠나거라.
Thank you, Rex. So, some of the issues that I mentioned before Rex came to visit. This movie is too long. This is a common plight with Korean movies. Those folks, the editors over there, just don't know how or when to end a scene. And this one goes on for way too long. Another problem with this is it's muddled. Okay. So we find out through the course of the movie what the items are that are amiss in this church and convent, but we're never told why. Why is Father Pablo doing the things that he's doing? Why are the people who are backing him, his cadre, if you will, what is their purpose? Why are they trying to accomplish this thing? Is it because the world is in such bad shape that they see this as the only salvation? Is it because they've completely given up on their religion and crossed over to the other side? It's never explained, and you never know. And because of that, it's hard to feel like any of these nuns are really in any danger at all, or that anything major is going to come out of the things going on in the convent. So, a little sketchy. You want your horror stories to be a little more taut, a little more tight, and not have so many open avenues at the end that you're sitting scratching your head saying, why? What was the purpose? That's a big drawback for dark nuns. We're going to slip this one a little bit, give it a C minus D plus realm. This one could have been tightened up a whole lot better. If you want to stay on the bleeding edge of what's going on in Tinseltown, you need to first click that like button and then click on the subscribe button. Of course, it's free to subscribe, but you will be alerted every time Rex and I bring one of our quite unique and exclusive reviews on movies. And believe me when I tell you, the mainstream media isn't going to touch Dark Knights at all. Okay? When you want to find out about, especially Korean movies, foreign movies, and especially independent movies being made, this is the place to be. I'll give you the, what is it, the 411 now, on all of that kind of stuff, and you will be much wiser as a movie goer. Click subscribe. Got a whole lot more reviews coming for you down the pike. Until then, now that you have learned what you have learned, here endeth your lesson.